on YouTube. Welcome in, Hail Raisers, all 128 plus the ones that haven't hit the subscribe button yet. You should do that right now. I am Voodoo.
I'm JT Dallas.
And I know we're super late tonight, but the only person to blame is me because he's been chilling in the Discord for a while. I hopped on like a couple minutes after 8 to start getting everything set up, but we're still gonna bring a great show to y'all tonight. We get to review Kansas, talk about a little bit of new NASCAR news, and then look forward to the All-Star race. So without further ado, let's run that intro.
All right, guys. Whoa. Welcome in. Whoa.
All kinds of extra stuff on here. You talk, I fix.
All right. So let's start out with the penalties for Martinsville as far as our post-race breakdown. And that does it for the penalties at Martinsville. We can talk about Kansas this last weekend. Starting with the Tide 150 or the ARCA series. Lawless Allen got the pole in that number 20 machine. And the top 5 finishers are Brendan Queen in the 28. He won the race. William Solick in the 18 got second. Third went to Mason Mitchell in the 25. Fourth was Lawless Allen, and LeVar Scott took 5th in number 6 car. Man, it's hard to talk while you're trying to hiccup. It's not fun.
Hard to do this and not make myself look like a complete lunatic. Where the heck's the log out button?
Well, while he's finishing that up, I'll go ahead and round out the top 10. 6 went to Andy Janowake, something like that. Sorry if I butcher your name. 7th went to Jason Kitzmiller. 8th was Layne Bruce. Spencer Gallagher took 9th, and Ryan Vargas was in 10th position.
There's literally no log out button. Yeah, let me do something real quick. I'm going to flip back to here. We're just going to turn the whole live thing up. Obviously, it's not set up the way I had it.
Oh, well.
Where were we at?
We're going to go start on the Heart of Healthcare 200.
Didn't do the over, but that's all right. Heart of Healthcare 200 at Kansas Speedway, celebrating Nurses Week. So a whopping purse of the same exact it's been the entire season, $782,900. I don't even know if we need to really keep going over the money because it's the same. But why the heck not? Your poll went to the number 13 of Mr. Jake Garcia. Did not have anybody fail to qualify because you didn't have enough trucks to fill up all the spots. But you did have 2 trucks go to the rear for unapproved adjustments. Be the 02 of Nathan Bird and the 07 of Mr. William Byron. You know that name somewhere, maybe.
Slightly.
Stage 1 went to Mr. Corey Heim in the number 11, and Carson Hocevar took stage 2.
Nice. Please continue.
Oh, okay. Taking your top 5 spots would be my RHPD driver that decided to race in a lower series, Mr. Carson Hocevar.
These points don't count. Sorry.
Yeah, well, still got. Anywho's. Another Cup driver in the 07 came in second would be Mr. William Byron. Corey Heim came in third. Giovanni Ruggiero came in fourth, and then Stuart Friesen in the 52 came in fifth.
Yes, sir. And the number 1 car of Brandon Jones came in 6th. Jake Garcia in the 13 came in 7th. Caden Honeycutt in the 45 in 8th. 9th went to the number 9 of Grant Enfinger. And Daniel Hemrick in the 19 finished 10th. A couple of the podcast favorites. The 5 of Tony Breidinger finished 20th. And 28th of Frankie went to Frankie Muniz due to a handling issue on lap 94.
Yep.
Not quite in the middle, but
yeah, a little more towards the end there.
Yes, sir.
But your Xfinity fastest lap went to Mr. Carson Hocevar way back on lap 58 with a 31.081. And there is actually some post-race tech issues.
Yep.
Mr. Layne Riggs finished second. But
yeah, his bed cover material was not strong enough to prevent the cover from deflecting or sagging. So something was wrong with his bed cover, essentially.
Yeah, which disqualified him. So last place points.
Oof.
That sucks because that's last place for the whole race. So if you got any stage points too, they're gone.
Yep. That's a big oof.
Before we move on though, if you look at the graphics, I added our trucks that we follow on there.
I did see that.
Just a little extra graphical interface for you tail raisers.
Yes, sir. But now, moving on to the Cup Series, the Advent Health 400. The purse is the same as usual. I'm not really going to cover it. But Kyle Larson.
Not until they put it in my bank account.
I would love to put it in my bank account. Shoot.
I'll cover it if they put it in my bank account.
Man, you off there. The pole went to Kyle Larson, and no one failed to qualify, and no one was to the rear, which is kind of unusual. But Kyle Larson kind of swept the show, taking stages 1, 2, and first position.
He didn't
the Xfinity fastest lap.
I'm about to say he didn't kind of steal the show. He definitely took it all.
Yeah, definitely the most prominent driver so far.
Yeah,
I mean,
might be his year.
It's very, yeah, it might be his. I'm hoping for that second place driver to finish it this year. You know, get his first championship under his belt.
He'll finish the race for sure.
Oh yeah, he'll finish it. I just hope he finishes the championship in first.
He might. Might not be part of the championship for them.
I hope you're proud of yourself. Anyway, you know who's not going to be in the championship unless he just makes his way by sheer luck?
Jimmy Johnson.
I don't know if that's 100% true, but I was talking about JHN.
Hey, but he's got a second top 10 in 2 races.
Yeah. Hey.
For the second time this season.
He wasn't trying. I just saying it's going to be a challenge for sure.
Well, it's good to see Legacy up there, though.
That's what I was going to say. It's definitely nice to see Legacy actually contending this season. Like last week, they had 2 drivers in the top 10. This week, John Hunter's in the top 10. It's nice. I would love to see him get a win. I really, really would.
Me too.
I'd have to buy that diecast for sure because it'd be Legacy's, first.
Well, I already got his Backstreet Boys car pre-ordered, so.
That's fair. I would. But anyway, moving on with our top 10, as you guys can see, Kyle Larson, of course, took first. Christopher Bell in the 20 took second. Ryan Blaney took third. Chase Briscoe in the 19 took fourth. And Alex Bowman took fifth.
So speaking of situations like Legacy Motor Club, you got in 6th place, old Wood Brothers Racing in that 21. They've been looking good with Josh Berry in that car.
Definitely. Josh Berry has been taken, and they went from rear of the field every time except for like 2 races to contention almost every week. Josh Berry was a good fit for them.
And RFK is also a good fit for Mr. Ryan Priest there because he's been in the top 10 for 4 or 5 races now.
Yeah, and then you've got his teammate right behind him, Chris Buescher, who's been up there as well. So,
And technically, Mr. Brad Keselowski would have been great if he wouldn't up there.
yeah.
Is what it
And then
is.
of course you got Joey Lasagna.
Yep, Mr. Backstreet Boys himself, John Hunter Nemechek.
Yes, sir.
A couple of open cars that were there. Mr. Corey Hyman, the 67, came in 13th. That's his highest Cup finish. And then Jesse Love in the 33 came in 29th. Neither one of them got wrecked out.
Though. Yeah, but Jesse Love kind of got pushed back because of that one early.
Yeah, but he didn't get. He was a couple laps down for sure, but he wasn't on the race. And like you mentioned, Xfinity fastest lap went to Kyle Larson.
Yep.
No big deal there. No issues in post-race tech, but Chris Buescher and Carson Husvar cars are going to R&D for further inspection.
Yes, sir. All right, let's take a look at one of my favorite segments. We got the winless streak. Oh, Ty Dillon. Ty Dillon is catching up with Corey LaJoie. As it stands right now, Corey LaJoie has 276 races. Ty Dillon's only got 257. He's closing in quickly.
Helps that Corey LaJoie isn't making starts.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but I mean,
no words.
There's probably a reason. There's probably a reason that Corey LaJoie's not making starts.
What could that be? He was very competitive.
Oh yeah,
always fighting for last place.
Oh yeah, flipping half the field as a lapped car is very competitive.
Yeah.
But as you can see, some of the bigger names haven't won in a while, like Kyle Busch. He's on his 69th start without a win. Oh, let's see here. Who else we got that's a bigger name? Oh, Brad Keselowski in 35 races. Ryan Preece is at 198 races without winning.
I got a feeling he's coming up on a win, though.
Oh, yeah. He's got a lot of momentum going in the, like, as far as placing. I hope he can pull the trigger and get it done. Of course, you got let's see here. Just in the first.
Can you believe that technically Shane Van Gisbergen is a rookie, but he's already got 25 starts since his last win?
Right.
It's almost a full season.
Yeah. Which, I mean, he did. His first start was what, 23 Chicago?
Yeah.
And then, I mean, he won his first start, so. I don't think he's won in the Cup since then. But
work phone is going off like crazy.
Oh.
No idea why. Not on call.
You know what's kind of shocking to me, though? And this is kind of going back to, like, just his, I guess, quote-unquote history. But since Chase Elliott broke his leg or something skiing, you noticed he has not done, you know, he might be consistent, but he hasn't won a race since then.
Yeah. Rough. He's about to. Matter of fact, Coke 600 will be his 40th start.
Yeah.
That'll win.
And I mean, there for a little bit, he was a pretty good powerhouse. I mean, not.
Yeah, I think Larson stole that show from Hendrick.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I hate to say it, but Larson's one heck of a racer, even on dirt. I mean, anything. He can just about drive anything into the ground, so we shall see. But moving on to our rookies, unless you got something else to say about the winless streak.
No, sir.
All right. I'll let you go first.
Then I changed up their colors to match their scheme of this week.
I see that. It looks pretty good.
Mine had that treetop on there. He's got 12 starts with goose eggs and the rest of the columns there. Started in 25th, finished in 27th. Currently 32nd in points with 151 points.
Yes, sir. And my rookie, of course, is SVG. He's got 12 starts with one top 10. He started in 34th and finished up in 20th. Currently 35th in points with 138.
Not too shabby. Beating you by just a couple positions there.
Yeah. I mean,
Rookies,
just 13 points is all that.
rookies this season aren't exactly standing out very much.
Not like last season. I mean, shoot, look at Josh Berry last season. He was popping off already.
Yeah.
Honestly, I could see Josh Berry being a Kyle Larson figure as far as dominance, if given the right stuff.
Well, I mean, he's looking pretty good with the Wood Brothers. So.
Yeah. Definitely.
Looking at our other drivers, though, we'll jump over to RHPD Motorsports. Oh, Carson Hocevar in 37. 12 starts with one pole, one top 5, two top 10s. Not too terrible. But he started this past weekend in 22nd and fell backwards a few spots to 26th. Currently sitting in 20th place, 230 points. And then his teammate in the 73, Mr. Tyler Reddick, has 12 starts with one pole, three top 5s, four top 10s. Started up in the top 5 in 4th place, but wasn't able to capitalize on it. Finished way back in 17th and fell back one or two spots back to 6th in the standings with 357 points.
Yeah, unfortunately, he was one of my main picks. So
I'm just saying, 4 out of the 5 drivers I have active in my garage finished in the top 5.
You got to share your playbook with me then. I've got Cole Custer in the 55, who has 12 starts and nothing else. Currently sitting 34th in points with 139. He started 31st and finished 25th. Definitely rethinking my pick on that one.
We can't trade in the middle of the season, huh?
Yeah, I know. I might have to have like a mid-season draft or something, you know. Definitely not wanting to give up this next driver. Christopher Bell in the 66 has 12 starts, one pole, one stage win, 6 top 5s, 8 top 10s, and 3 race wins. My powerhouse had started 3rd and finished 2nd. It's currently 3rd in points with 384.
What a bum. He should get better.
Right.
What do we got next? Oh, yeah. Didn't put this on here.
Let me just...
You're breaking up a bit, but I can add this real quick. Sorry, y'all. I forgot that I was adding a new thing since we technically don't have a points paying race this weekend. I figured it was a good time to do an update of how our playoff predictions are going.
Heck yeah.
So, those are the 16 drivers each of us picked. There are currently 7 drivers locked into the playoffs. You have 7 on your list that are locked in.
That's right, baby.
I only got 5. So.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
Austin Cindric and Josh Berry are the ones that are one-offs. Have gotten better.
Yes, sir.
Normally we wait until a little bit further in the season, but I figured why not put out there now.
Why not? I would really like to see Eric Jones get a win.
I'm sure he will. I'd like to see Brad Keselowski and Kyle Busch get one. I can
like
catch up to you.
Kyle Busch get one. Even outside of like our little playoff bracket, I would love to see Kyle Busch get one. He's been struggling.
That and Alex Bowman. I'll take all three of those so I can pass you up.
Nah. Alex Bowman can stay, out of the playoffs.
He'll make it to the round of 16. He won't make it further, though.
I think he'll get out on the round of 12. I think 12 is where he's going to get bumped out.
So will Austin Cindric. Just saying.
I agree. Unless Josh Berry does something miraculous. It has been known to happen.
But there's still a long way to go. We're only 12 races in. We still got 14 more before we figure out all 16 drivers that are going to be in the playoffs.
Yes, sir. But definitely pretty happy with my picks looking at them like this. Because,
Hey, wrap it up is in, y'all.
Hey, welcome
Kyle,
in, guys. Welcome in.
I would ask you which Kyle is cursed, but I'm assuming you're going for Busch since Kyle Larson dominated at Kansas.
Definitely.
I'm not moving on with my life, man. I'm not moving on with my life. I have a sliver of hope for him.
To be fair, I was never a Busch fan until he started slipping, and then I kind of started rooting for him. But anyway, I'm happy that I'm winning our little playoff prediction update. So
I'm sure you are. It's not going to last very long, though.
We'll see.
All right. I need to add the chat to where it's on all screen. That'll be something I'll work on.
Right.
I think I only have it on the main screen. What are we on next? Oh, yeah. Trackside trend.
All right, so let's start with the NASCAR updates. Oh, Lord.
I'm glad you went for it.
Yep. Televisa Univision will serve as the exclusive free-to-air broadcaster for the NASCAR Cup Series at Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez on June 15th. Sorry, I'm not Hispanic and don't speak Spanish.
That's Mexico City race for those that
yeah. No. If you are El Blanco like me, it's Mexico City.
Mm-hmm. On a different note.
Anyway, yeah.
So you're gonna have some Hispanic coverage for the Mexico race. But opening May 23rd, so 13 days, 11 days? Yeah, 11 days. If I could do math right, it'd be nice. NASCAR Hall of Fame has partnered up with Motorcraft Quick Lane Racing, who is a primary sponsor of Wood Brothers Racing, if you haven't been paying attention for the last, forever. They are opening a new exhibit celebrating the 75 years of NASCAR's for the oldest active Cup team. You can dive.
Would be cool to go see.
It will be. You can dive into a legacy of family, innovation, and Ford-powered performance by visiting that exhibit at the Hall of Fame.
Prime has announced that they have nearly sold out all of their advertising inventory for its 5 NASCAR races, and appears to hint that it will run a double box format instead of full screen commercials. I am excited for that. When the CW does it, top tier. Fox drops the ball. NBC, awesome.
The last time we got to deal with Fox.
Oh yeah,
last weekend, even though it's FS1 technically, the last weekend we got to deal with Fox because the Coke 600, which is the weekend after, starts our coverage with Prime.
I kind of wish, and this is just me. This is my hot take. Okay, are you listening?
Uh-oh.
I wish
kind of shivering. I'm cold.
All races were on Prime because I would drop YouTube TV so fast and just save
it is cheaper,
money.
Isn't it?
Oh
definitely
man, dude. YouTube TV. The only thing we use that for is my wife watches her cop shows, i.e., like NCIS, Criminal Minds, all that, and then I watch NASCAR. That's it.
I do NASCAR and football are the main two things I watch.
I can't say too much. My parents do use it for football. My dad has. So, for those of you guys who don't know, my dad was in a huge accident a year ago, and he had never watched football ever until after the accident, where he just kind of sits at home and didn't have anything to do, so he started watching football, and now season comes around, he's following Oklahoma, and then I'm not sure what team he's got for the NFL. He doesn't really get into the
If it's not the Saints, it doesn't matter.
He likes teams that win.
We do. Sometimes.
Occasionally.
Once in a blue moon.
Hey, at least he's not a Giants fan.
Or Browns fan, for that matter.
Anywho. But anyway, yeah, I would love for Prime to be like, oh, yo, you can watch every race. Even if it was like, right after the broadcast on Fox ends and you can go watch it, I would probably still just...
Yeah.
Be nice.
Team changes. Robin Hood, as you saw on Corey Haim's car this past weekend, will also sponsor him at Chicago. And then Bubba Wallace will don that sponsor at Bristol and Las Vegas. Do that scheme a few more times this season.
Crypto transactions. Anyway, moving on to our race day horizon. Are you excited for the All-Star race?
I am.
I am as well. Of course, we're going to be at the historic North Wilkesboro Speedway. So, I'll let you take Fridays.
Friday. Kidding.
Freedom Friday.
So unfortunately, this is just the pre-race stuff. But anywho's, 5:05 p.m. Got your cup practice on FS2, so you can watch them whip around the racetrack and see what adjustments they got to make there. Then you got open qualifying, which are all of your open cars, which we'll talk about here in a little bit. That'll be at 6:10 but you got to switch over to FS1. And then your all-star car qualifying, which is everybody that's already made the show, do their qualifying. That's 7:05, still on FS1.
Yes, sir. And starting on Saturday, May 17th at 9:35 a.m., the truck practice and qualifying on FS2. And then at 1:30 p.m., the truck race starts, the Window World 250 on FS1. The first and second stages will be 70 laps, and the last stage will be 110 laps for a grand total of 250 laps. And then, of course, at 5:10 p.m., the heat races start on FS2. There will be two races, 75 laps each. Heat 1 will take the inside lane, so the winner of that one will take that. And Heat 2 will take the outside lane.
So Aaron said that he broke into North Wilkesboro once before they did the whole restructure to get the cup races there. He said it was pretty cool. I imagine it is. I imagine it's pretty cool now, too.
Oh, yeah.
I bet but the real question is, Aaron, did you go into the moonshine bunker underneath the grandstands there?
Oh, yeah, he's the one that cleaned it out. That's why it was empty.
I mean, that would make sense. That would make sense. He didn't bring us any, though.
All right.
Not very nice.
All right. So, now for the favorite time of the weekend, starting on
Sunday.
Hang on, baby Jesus, this is gonna get bumpy.
All right, so on Sunday, I'll let you go ahead and take it.
We got some modified action going on
yes,
Sunday. You got modified practice at 10:15, modified qualifying at 12:45. You don't get to watch either of those, unfortunately. So they could just totally randomize it and not tell anybody. And then
except for people that are there,
right. 2:00 in the afternoon. You got the Faith Fest Evangelistic Ministries 150. We broadcast on Flow Racing.
Yes, sir.
Went under, but didn't see that. And press boxes with roofs caved in. It was. You went way before they. All right.
Man, that's nuts. There's a guy here locally that we had a old dirt track go under, and he posted video or pictures on Facebook and stuff about it. Here probably about a year and a half ago, it was pretty much the same situation. Everything's caved in. He did post a picture of like a couple of like old race posters, stuff like that. But anyway.
Cletus McFarland with his Freedom Factory. He's got that place looking pretty good.
100%.
Continuing with our schedule here. 5:00 p.m. you got your NASCAR race day pre-race show starting on FS1. 30 minutes later you got your All-Star Open race, which is 100 laps. Top 2 finishers from that race advance to the big show at 8 p.m. But you also get your fan vote winner that advances. I think it's down to 5 drivers now. So make sure you get your votes in, because I think they close on Friday. And then your main show, your All-Star race on FS1 will start at 8 p.m. and it's 250 laps around North Will. Gonna be a long night.
Yep. It's gonna be a fun night though.
I'm ready for it.
Yep. We've got a couple of truck entries.
35
So it's
of
gonna
them
be
to be exact.
35. Yep. Kyle Busch will be in the 07. You've heard of him. And Sammy Smith will be in the 7.
You know what's gonna be sad is Kyle Busch is
What's
gonna
that?
win the truck race, but then like DNF the Cup race.
That would suck.
Xfinity's in an off week.
Yep. Cup has 20 entries already locked in, and one of the special guests is Harrison Burton.
Yeah.
Because he won a race last year.
Yeah. So the funny part is Harrison Burton will be in the 51. As you can see here, these are the 20 drivers that are locked in because they either won the All-Star race or won a race last season or this season already.
Yes, sure.
20 guys
That's a
in.
lot. Yep. Sorry guys, I'm not trying to take out my camera. I just kicked the ever-living goodness out of my desk.
No need to drop kick it. It didn't do anything to you.
Right. Cody Ware and Chad Fincham are part of the open entry list. Cody Ware will be in the 15 and Chad Fincham in the 66. Going to try to race their way in.
Yep. So all 18 of these guys have got to race their way in. Only 3 of them will make it.
Yes, sir. Who you got your money on?
Out of these people, I'm gonna go probably Ryan Preece and Hocevar. And then the fan favorite to get in, go Noah Gregson.
Okay. So the 2 that I have racing in are I've got Priest, and I think Bubbles is going to race his way in. And the fan favorite, I've got Hocevar.
Okay. So only one driver difference between the 2 of us. Seems to be the case. We pick a lot of the same people.
Right. Hey, you know what they say? Great minds.
My mind's better though.
Okay. So you ready to talk about sponsorships?
Well, first off, we before we get to that, let's talk about the All-Star race format a little bit.
Well, I guess we could talk about that, but who cares about that?
Yeah. So as we mentioned, it'll be this weekend, Friday. You got practice and qualifying. Also the pit crew challenge. So during their qualifying, it's 3 laps around that they got to do. The first lap is a regular lap. Second lap, when they come around, they have to make a 4-tire pit stop, and they jump back
pit
out.
Stops are ranked.
Yeah. So that pit stop during that qualifying is their pit crew challenge entry. So the fastest pit crew during the qualifying is the one that wins that pit crew challenge.
Yes, sir.
And then Saturday you got your Truck Series race, but then the 2 All-Star races, the heat races rather, to determine the Cody. Okay, Cody Ware is not gonna win or get the fan vote. I'm sorry.
As much as I would love to see that, I don't think that's gonna happen.
Yeah, so an All-Star Heat 1 is gonna determine the starting order of inside lane. And then All-Star Heat 2 is the outside lane, kind of like Daytona Duels.
Yep, and like we said before, on
Sunday!
the All-Star Open starts, which is where those 2 drivers apparently wrap it up. Thinks Cody Ware's going to get in, but that's high hopes.
That's a little bit further of a stretch than Kyle getting one.
But the Open is going to start where the 2 top cars in that race will get to race in the actual All-Star race that will start at 5 on Sunday.
Yes, sir. I clicked on the right thing to advance the slide here. There we go.
So I need you to get your stuff together.
People that are locked in are 2024 or 2025 NASCAR Cup Series points race winners, past All-Star race winners who compete currently full-time. So unfortunately, if you're not full-time, you don't get eligibility. And then the same thing for Cup Series champions that are still full-time. Pretty easy.
Which
That's
is
why
crazy.
there's 20 cars.
I mean, this is kind of where I don't understand it, because if that's the case, then how do they let Harrison Burton in? Cup driver.
Well, I mean, he's still full-time. It's just not Cup.
Maybe. I don't know.
And it doesn't say anything about 2024 or
Right.
2025 point race has to be time.
Yeah, I guess. I know when I read that, I think they currently have to be full-time.
Well, the past All-Star race and past Cup Series champions have to be full-time, but points race winners do not.
I got you.
So we mentioned qualifying 3 laps, including a pit stop, and pit stop or fastest pit stop wins the pit crew challenge.
Yep, we covered that.
Which pit crew challenge results determine the order of what order they get to pick their pit number.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty nifty there. Harrison is in Cody's car. He's going to do much better in it than Cody did. 2 heat races. This has 60 laps each, but since it has been updated to be 75 laps each.
Yep.
And we went over all this stuff already, so not really too much to go over. But the All-Star Open, there's 100 laps. All laps count. So unlike
even yellows.
Yep. So unlike what is that? Well, I can't even think about it. The Clash. Yeah. That one only counted green flag laps. This one counts all laps. And there's overtime rules in effect, but there's only going to be 1 attempt.
Yep.
There is going to be a competition brake caution at or around lap 40. And as we mentioned, the top 2 finishers transfer to the All-Star race along with the fan vote winner. And your All-Star race is basically the same, 250 laps, all laps count, overtime rules in effect. No limit to finish in that one. Competition break at or around lap 100, and then there's also an optional promoter's caution to be executed prior to lap 220. So if it doesn't come out before lap 220,
it ain't coming out.
Coming out.
I wonder how much the promoters had to pay for that caution.
We'll find out soon enough. But another little twist to this season. It's going to have a manufacturer showdown. Nothing different, but based on how many cars are actually in the big show on Sunday at 8 p.m., the manufacturer with the least amount of entries is going to determine the size of that manufacturer team. And each other manufacturer is going to have a couple of drivers that make up that same number to be their teams, and then they'll be scored against each other. Lowest combined total of finishing positions will be the winning manufacturer. So kind of odd that of the highest combined total of finishing positions can be lowest. Like, I don't know if they mean lowest as in like first, second, third, because it's the lowest number, or if they mean like 35th, 36th, 37th. Although you're not going to have that many at 23rd.
Yeah. I have no clue.
We'll find out altogether.
We shall.
Now we could talk about some sponsors.
All right. So, starting off with Ross Chastain. He's got the Busch Light fan vote going to be up this weekend.
Yeah, so not necessarily a new sponsor, but fans get to pick what they're going to see on track. Austin Dillon in that number 3 is going to have Dow Salutes Veterans. You figured he would have saved that for next weekend.
That's what I was thinking.
What can
Kyle
you do?
Busch is going to be running a Cynics car.
Yeah. This next one I know is going to be a disappointment. The first thing I thought of when I saw this was going to be on a car was like, hopefully it's like a throwback to Dale, but it's not going to be.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking, but I doubt it.
Yeah. Number 12, Orion Blaney is going to have a Menards/Wrangler car. Probably just going to be the Menards yellow with Wrangler.
Probably going to be yeah. Instead of a blue, it's going to have like a jean material, which will get extra points because they are utilizing the wrap. If it is the way that I think it's probably going to be,
I got a feeling it's just going to be blue.
I hope not. I hope it looks like, a pocket in your jeans or something. That would be cool. Anyway, Cody Ware is going to be running the Schluter Systems car.
And that'll be in the 15, not the 51.
Yes, sir.
The 17 of Chris Buescher. We've seen this on a car before, but I'm sure it'll be slightly different. Gonna be running the Kroger/Tylenol car.
Sorry, I kind of zoned out. I'm not gonna lie. I was just like waiting for you to finish and just didn't pick up that it was my turn. In the 90s, maybe more early 2000s, all of the cool NASCAR teams had these really cool posters that went over so well that they did them for years. This is not one of them. This is Bubbles running his Logitech G car. This this makes me think of like a really bad, like I told you before.
If you disgrace them and we're gonna fight, boy. I'm talking about my Backstreet Boys.
Like I will say, this kind of think like 2003 Backstreet Boys, which it was fine then, but like today it's a little. I mean, I get what they're kind of going for, but it doesn't look like they played it off well.
Killing me, Smalls. Talk about my Backstreet Boys like that, I ought to quit the show.
Hey, I enjoy some Backstreet Boys. Okay, it's just the only thing. Here, I got one for you. Okay, it looks like an NSYNC poster. Is that better?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
98 degrees, would have been even better. But
okay. I'll make sure to remember that.
But we're not going to go down the Savage Garden lane or Baby Mac.
Man, you were just into boy bands, weren't you?
I was. Anywho's, moving on. The 34 of Todd Gilliland is going to be having an overplay scheme. We do not know what that's going to look like yet. But
this next scheme, I hope it's not going to let me down, but I'm getting prepared for it. Riley Herbst is running a Monster Energy scheme. Oh, look, it does not go good. It does not work. I would take the Bubbles over this one. Like, the one over in the left makes him look like a serial killer.
Maybe he is.
Maybe he is.
Gonna murder Christopher Bell's finishing position this weekend.
He's right. He don't.
Tyler Reddick
Man.
is gonna be running a Sirius XM scheme. Already
Like
seen
it looks worse with him because he looks like a Backstreet Boy.
Oh man.
I'm not trying to hate on 23XI's marketing department, but I think they need to update their like usually they're like top tier. Like I ain't gonna lie, they look pretty good, but I don't know, maybe it's just like the poses and the way they've got it positioned. I don't care for it. Like and the star behind him, like I don't
Maybe he's a Dallas fan.
no, it's for Sirius XM. I know what it's for. But it's just it looks like a Dallas star, not a Sirius XM.
Yeah.
Like it looks like he just got recruited for being water boy or the first male
Water boy.
he just got recruited. He just got recruited to be the first male cheerleader for the Cowboys.
Anywho, moving on. Next
oh, bro. Sorry, I'm not trying to hate on them, but it's kind of funny.
Sounds like you are.
Oh, bro, I wish my brother was still working at this next one because I might be able to talk and see if he can get some promo stuff.
Well, you go announce it or what?
It's your turn to announce it.
No, I just did Tyler Reddick.
Oh, you did, didn't you? Oh, Harrison Burton's running Morton Buildings.
Goodness gracious. Pay attention.
As boring as this car is, I'd still take some free stuff.
Hey, it looks better than that Monster Energy car. That's all I gotta say.
With the serial killer standing behind it.
Yeah. Now this next scheme actually looks pretty good. Got Boston Common Golf going on Mr. Ryan Priest's car.
Hey, it does look pretty good. I ain't gonna lie. And I'm a sucker for green.
No way.
I know. And then, of course, me and you were having a conversation about this next one. The WNBA All-Star Game / Gamebridge will be on Hocevar's 77th. And I said to Voodoo, I said if the Gamebridge scheme looked similar, if not just ran this scheme without the WNBA stuff, I would like it a lot better than the Gamebridge scheme.
I agree, but not gonna happen.
Well, I know it's not going to happen. It would just.
So last week last week we revealed 2 of RFK's Charlotte schemes, and now we get the third one. The Brad Keselowski and his Build Submarines patriotic scheme that he's going to win the Coke 600 in.
Beautiful car.
They actually revealed this paint scheme by a submarine.
I did see that. It was pretty cool.
Pretty nifty.
It was pretty cool. But that is all the schemes we have for you this week. Except for our slick scheme. All right, guys. So Slick Scheme Spotlight is brought to you by Happy Hour Racing, a one-stop shop for all your NASCAR needs. I personally buy from awesome. But when you go to checkout, use code RHPD for no extra cost to you, but it just helps out with the podcast. Like I said, they've got t-shirts, hats, die-cast, all the cool stuff. Go give them a check. But you have the scheme from last week.
I do. Speaking of that last fellow that we showed you a scheme of, the Brad Keselowski, even though it didn't last very long on track, it was a beautiful scheme.
And I was right. That purple on track made it really pop.
It was very nice. I do agree. He started way back in 36th and unfortunately got in an accident on lap 194, finishing in 37th. So he wasn't on track he was on track for most of it, just not the entirety, unfortunately. Which sucks because he was in second place when he wrecked out.
Yeah. And this car was beautiful and a rocket, so
They had
definitely
all three
hated.
RFK cars in the top 10, but
Oh yeah. Brad had to go mess it up.
that's nothing new.
That's fair. But yeah, I really liked the color combination of this scheme. Mixed, like slamming that metallic 6 on there was just,
Yeah, that
you know
helped
what
a
car
lot.
this would look 100 times better on? The 6-0.
No, I don't know. It actually filled out pretty good because they made that Allegra logo on the side a lot bigger than they do. Usually more
Yeah.
black space. I think this one actually filled up pretty nicely.
That is true, but I don't know. I just feel like even if you downplayed the numbers a little bit, I think that separation there would just, like, I don't know, something in my brain is just, it would click better. Not that
Only
it was a
got-
bad scheme. I loved the scheme. I just think it would be just a little bit better if it was at a 0.
You do only got like 2 brain cells up there, so
That's fair.
not clicking very often.
Speaking of brain cells clicking together, got the 88 of Dale Jr., his 2012 Quicken Loans 400 car of the Michigan International Speedway. He started 17th and won the race, leading 95 laps. It was his first victory in 4 years. I really remember this car. It was like right when I stopped watching. It was super because like you had the high contrast. And today, I get like a nostalgic feeling. I liked Batman. I really did. But I think about what it would look like today, and you'd have to have the foil. It would look
Neon green foil. That would be very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But if they use this neon green on a paint scheme nowadays, I think it would be amazing.
100%, and not in some insurance scheme that's boring. Because technically, they do use kind of like this. It's a little duller.
Oh, you talking about the freeway insurance?
Yeah, I can't.
That
dude.
doesn't count. That blue throws it off. Yeah.
But anyway, that, and I thought it was super cool because it was his first race that he won in 4 years. So definitely one of my favorites.
Pretty nifty looking for sure.
You know what I just noticed?
What?
I've never noticed the little orange puck on the top of these cars.
That's where the antenna was for the communications.
I just never noticed it until just now. Like, even like when I was picking the scheme, I was like, I didn't even look at that. I just looked at like the wrap. But looking at it now, all I can see is the orange puck. And I'm like, is that like a safety light or?
Good job.
Yep, I'm special needs.
We know. That was Slick Scheme Spotlight brought to you by Happy Hour Racing.
Yeah, sure. All right. So if you guys haven't already, go ahead and hit that sub button and join our socials. We've got TikTok, Instagram, X. We have a Facebook. I don't really post in the Facebook though.
Bless you. Bless you.
Oh my lord, that one snuck up on me. Thank you. Go check out our merch. We do have shirts. We've got some pretty cool, like, I call them retro razor designs. They're kind of like a throwback to 90s NASCAR shirts. Let's see here. Anything else you wanted to add?
It's an off week, but you can still go join our fantasy. Well, not technically an off week. It's not a points paying week. NASCAR.com is where you go get on it at. Search for Raise Hail Praise Dale podcast. That's HALE with podcast on the end, or it's some other random people's podcast, and you don't get entered into the giveaway if you manage to finish in first. Fast Trash Can, which I think I'm only like 30 points behind him now. So closing in that gap on him. I'm still in second place. Voices in his head. There is a password to get into it. It's all lowercase RHPD2024. And if, like he's mentioned before, if you do have a fantasy team already playing and you got points accumulated, those points do transfer in. So.
Yep. So you're not starting from square one.
Yeah. So get in there, join in on the fun, and let us gift a 164th from the Layne Racing website to somebody other than Trash Can. I think that's all I got. You got anything?
I think we're good.
Thank you. Wrap it up, guys. Aaron and all you fellas running up and talking with us a little bit. We appreciate you stopping in, and all you other Hellraisers that dropped in just to check us out and talk. We still love you guys too.
Yep.
With that being said, that is the checkered flag for this week's show. So keep your engines revved, and we'll catch you next time, Hellraisers.